I don't know who need to hear this, but this is a very special Miss Stiff Pillow Talk edition about having your TikTok account hacked. All I gotta say is, I don't know what TikTok is doing on their end, but I know there's a lot of us who've experienced this. But when it comes to these hackers, okay, they hacked it so good that they wiped it so far back in history that when I went in my original email I signed up with and searched my emails for any trace, there was none. Not even a welcome to TikTok. Here's your security access code to log in or verification of email. It was nothing, like dated way back. When I say these hackers cleared the cache, the history, you name it, oh, they did that. And for the people who have already made videos on this, you already know. They'll take your email off, they'll take your phone number off, they'll change your password on you. And for me, like some, it started in the AM hours where fraudulent charges came through for me. I don't know if this is everybody's story, but this is mine, which I saw that was some similar to some other people's. Shout out to PayPal, because PayPal makes sure your payment information don't be showing. So if you haven't gotten a PayPal, you need to sign up when you online making these purchases. Okay. And I'm gonna say from experience, I mean, it obviously is it's something that's gonna need to force TikTok to improve their security measures, because many of us have filed our claims and submitted legitimate paperwork. Because I could say personally that my character, all right, is also connected to my artist work, and not just creative content here on TikTok. Okay, so it affected me in a lot of ways, especially with my pages that are linked to the past hacked accounts. So I know there's a lot of us who are probably experienced some unique things, but not so unique things. But that's the power of rebuilding and making videos like these to have your voice heard, or to get your message out there. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's an eye opener for TikTok or whatever they have to do for these thousands plus accounts, because I'm sure it's got commas in it, or a comma something, but I think it's commas. But anything else I could think of before closing this video about my experience? Like I said, I had the fraudulent charges. I denied them, denied that these purchases were legit, and it was handled immediately. Nothing was drafted from my account um, via PayPal. I was forced to have to change passwords, but in that time, I know what it was. Yeah, so the lockout, like I said, these hackers wipe very clean. But one thing it forced me to do, it drew a lot of attention. I don't know if anybody else experienced this either. It drew a lot of attention for me to really check the health of my security overall, on a lot of my applications, because these things can happen and it can force you to get with the program, so to speak, and get up to date with authentication and other various types of security measures, because we get so comfortable with just having a password for a long period of time, not changing them as often or making them as complex as often. And then again, going into that two-step authentication. And I was having issues also on my cell phone. Someone kept trying to hack like my Gmail account that was linked to my cell phone. And post getting hacked on TikTok really drew my attention to um how often I had to be forced to change my password just on my cell phone alone. And then when I saw these locations where, this abuse of password attempts showed up, eventually I realized, like, not only was I not fully prepared for what happened on TikTok, I'm not prepared for what could have really happened to my cell phone either. And I'm going to be honest, like, I do a lot of on my cell phone just as probably as much as you all do. And I'm not in a position to have my account hacked. And I'm sure many of you or all of you are not prepared either. As long as you got like an updated cell phone, okay, or a smartphone rather. So with that being said, it forced me to get up to date with how authenticate just to even log into my cell phone. So there's a silver lining, like there's a much bigger security issue happening happening all around. I wouldn't just say it's like national. It potentially could be global. Um, I know I don't necessarily have information to back this up, but like I said, having it happen to my TikTok and then seeing these pings and alerts about, you know, hack attempts on my Gmail account for my phone just really opened my eyes to, security needs. And with that being said, if it's a lot of us, we can infer that if it's a lot of us experiencing this, then it's it's a issue that needs to be addressed on a much bigger and higher level. Because again, I'm going to close this video with saying whoever hacked that TikTok account wiped the cache, baby. They wiped the whole history. They wiped it so good. I had to question what email was originally attached to the account. So I hope this video is useful and helpful to someone who is going through it. I personally don't feel like I'm going through it. And before I wrap up, another thing it forced me to step up on. I already had the LLC and the trademark deal thing going on. It just made me because I know you could change your name on TikTok, but it made me consider just with my other pages, if I can help it, including here on TikTok, making sure that I have those things shown and posted, not just from the paperwork you submit when you apply for your business account on TikTok. That's one thing, but do your viewers know that you're legit? So to my content creators, if you haven't decided to go to LLC or trademark route, may that hacking experience hopefully push you in the direction of taking additional measures to protect your brand, okay? Or whatever content, copyrighted material that you create, okay? I like to learn from my experiences, and I'm not giving up, and I don't feel defeated at all. I see it as the opportunity to rebuild when the time is right. I'm not exactly sure if it's right now because I have other things going on in the background, but there's a whole lot to learn from this experience.